104.7 The K, Mike the Intern in the studio this morning with the legendary Kenny Wayne Shepherd, who this year is celebrating the 30th anniversary of the album that really put him on the map, Ledbetter Heights. First of all, sir, congratulations. I cannot believe it's been 30 years. I'm sure you've heard that before.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 30 years sometimes myself.
It's crazy as we get older and we look back at these things. Like, I've been radio for 20, so it's, time is a crazy thing because you're like, it doesn't seem like it's been 30 years, and I'm sure you feel the same. I bet you feel the same way.
Yeah, man. I look back and I go, it all kind of seems like it was yesterday, but then at the same time, when I look at all the amazing things that have happened over the years as a result of my first album and, this introduction that I had to my fan base and to the world, it's like, you know what? Like, yeah, I guess 30 years have gone by, and they've been a good 30 years.
Yeah, that's great to hear, man. You just were in town not too long ago with the legendary Bobby Rush. How was that tour?
Man, it was amazing. I mean, Bobby Rush, living blues legend.
Yeah.
We did a record called Young Fashion Ways. It came out back in March, and he came out on the road and joined us, and we did that tour together, and he was with us most of the year this year out on the road. It was just an incredible experience, I love blues music. We did a traditional blues record, and he brought this level of authenticity to the album that only a guy like him can do, and it's just something I'm really proud of.
It was a really good record, and show was fantastic, but it seems like you're not going to be taking that much time off because you've got a big tour to announce that's for 2026, and this is basically the 30th anniversary tour of Ledbetter Heights. Is that right?
Yeah, so we're celebrating the 30-year anniversary of my first album, Ledbetter Heights. We recorded a new version of the album in the studio, so we're going to release that early next year to go along with the tour. So, some of these songs have been changed a little bit for the new version of the record. We have Noah Hunt singing on this version of the record, which he wasn't on the original. He didn't join my band until the second album, so that's a new aspect of the sound of this new version of Ledbetter Heights. We're doing the tour where we're going to play the whole album live in concert for the first time ever. We never played every song off the record live in concert before, not even back in the 90s. And so we're going to do that, play a bunch of other hit songs that we've had over the years, make it a really great experience for the fans and for, the band, and, just celebrate this monumental occasion.
Yeah, and it really is. And I think it's super cool that you guys are going to do a breakout of 2 sets. You got any special guests coming along on this thing?
Well, it depends. It's market specific. We're going to have some people that are going to come out and join us and open up some of the shows. I don't have the list in front of me, so I don't know about this, specifically who's going to be in the market. We're coming in near you, but like, for example, some of the shows we have Jimmy Vaughn, who is the brother of Stevie Ray Vaughan from the Fabulous Thunderbirds, a legendary guy, one of my heroes. He's going to join us on some of the shows. Another incredible guitarist and legend, Eric Johnson, is going to join us for some of the shows. And there's probably some more incredible artists that we haven't announced yet. They're going to join us for different parts of the tour as well.
That's really cool. John Fogerty from CCR just kind of did what you're doing now with his catalog once he got the rights back, and then went back in the studio, re-recorded a bunch of those CCR songs with his boys, and just thought, and he kind of said the whole experience was cathartic. Is that kind of, because it's 30 years later, technology's changed, you've changed, hopefully as a person, the world's changed. But you go back and you look at these songs that you made when you were so young, and, we're, like I said, we're completely different people than we were that long ago. Has it been kind of the same process for you? Has it been cathartic? Has it been eye-opening? Are you like, man, there's no way in hell I would have done that, do this now? How did that feel?
Well, it's been interesting. I have to say, it's definitely is like a trip down memory lane. It takes you back. All these vivid memories of being in the studio, making that record come to mind, things that you probably wouldn't have thought about otherwise. And also, like, here's the thing. I've been adamant that I didn't ever record something that I didn't feel inspired to do or that I didn't agree with. So I never let anybody talk me into making music that I didn't feel inspired to make. And so as a result of that, it's like a lot of artists would take this opportunity to go back and like rewrite history and change things that they hated about the records. But there's nothing about the album that I hate, It's like I'm proud of it and what it represents and who I was as an artist that young and at that point in my career. So we didn't go in and try and reinvent the album. We did reimagine some of the songs, and I did, change a little thing here and there. But, I wasn't trying to reconstruct the album and turn it into something different because I'm proud of that record.
That's a really good take. I think as a musician, that is the best take you can take because really whatever art that you create, I agree with what you're saying is when you make that art and you put a cap on it, that's the way it should be. And no matter, even if you go back and record it and because of course your band's different, you guys are going to play different, all that stuff. But that cap and that period of time, that is the painting you painted. And you can't go back and change the Mona Lisa once it's done. That's it forever. And I think looking at it through the way you just described is a really good way to look at it because when people go back and try to change history, there's something that always bugs the hell out of me, and that's the one of my favorite Beatles songs, She's Leaving Home. If you listen to the mono mix and you listen to the stereo mix, they're pitched differently. One is pitched at a speed that leans to a minor key, and one is pitched to a speed that leads to a major key. They want the major key because it made Paul sound younger, but the minor one sounds so much more forlorn and melancholy in this beautiful thing where that rewriting of history it drives me crazy sometimes. And I wish guys would just stop. It's like the Star Wars thing. Like, George, don't mess with those movies. They were perfect when they looked like you were making them with toys. You know what I mean? But it's all subjective in the end, and like the dude says, kind of like my opinion, I guess. But I think your take is really the right take, and I think what you guys are going to do this upcoming year and re-recording, we can't wait to hear it, man.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it, and I think our fans are looking forward to it. And to your point, it's like when you put something out there and people have been listening to it for 30 years and they've kind of fallen in love with it. I mean, even if you don't like some things about it, it's like the people that are paying money are coming to hear those songs, and they don't want you to try and reinvent them or turning them into something that they're not.
Yeah.
And so, that's the thing. That's why you got to be adamant that you don't compromise on your vision. You go in there and you make the record that you're inspired to make, and you stand behind that. And I feel like I'm grateful that I've been able to do that over my entire career.
Well, Kenny, thank you so much for your time this morning. You will be in the area Thursday, May 7th at the Uptown in Kansas City. Great venue. And then if you are in the St. Louis area or heading to in that area, the factory outside of St. Louis and Chesterfield, always a great place. While you're in Kansas City, if you find the time, right by the Uptown, there's a jazz club called the Green Lady Lounge. You should go check it out if you get the time.
Right on.
It's
good to me.
Incredible, like live jazz, 3 stages till 2 or 3 in the morning every day of the week, and they play nothing but original music in there. It's a very cool club if you find the time. That is.
Yeah, appreciate it.
No problem, Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Always a pleasure to talk with you, and good luck on the road this year, man.
Thank you, man. Always a pleasure to talk with you as well. Thank you.